Oh, it's time. Time to get radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Comment of the Week for November 3rd through November 9th, 2020. These are the very best comments from that time period. Starting out with the three honorable mentions, we have Rostopopulous, Mingo, and Destroyer of Heroes. The bronze medal comes to us from the Winged Avenger. Hey everyone, Radical Rick is completely wrong about ebagging. Don't listen to him. I finally seen the light after coming across a Patreon tier that we could all subscribe to immediately, as it's well within anyone's budget and guarantees a huge return on investment. $1,000 per month, level 999, overpowered demigod. Congratulations, you broke the game. You can easily annihilate the end boss in a single hit before his animation sequence even has a chance to begin. Treasures. Ultimate bragging rights. I'll go swimming through my newfound wealth like Scrooge McDuck, then pick up some tavern wenches and snort Phoenix down off their bare bottoms in your honor, sir or madam. I was wondering why I hadn't been seeing any notifications from Daria Plays RPGs, one of the best gaming channels on YouTube, so I went to her channel and realized she hadn't put up a video since July 28th, and even that was an e-begging video, the gist of which was that she needed money because she'd left her husband. Don't worry, I don't see the correlation either. Why make a plea for cash when you've decided to stop uploading videos? I thought, okay, she certainly closed down her Patreon, but I was wrong. Not only was it up, she was asking for $1,000 in exchange for absolutely nothing. That tier is well protected by plausible deniability of it being a joke, but if it actually were a joke, it wouldn't contain a real join button. It would just be text, with the image of a join button under it. The ploy is this: if no one takes the bait, then it's just a joke. If people take it, she'll rake in the money and won't care about any criticism. It's as trashy as it is cunning. Why do the best video makers so often turn out to be so frail? Her last real upload is from July 7th. Fine. But why didn't she take down the Patreon during her 4 months of video drought? Instead, she's been taking monthly Patreon charity from 48 people, totaling at $226 a month. Luckily, no one is on the $1,000 tier, but what about those 48 guys? What on earth is that money for? Well, I did not go to the channel. I don't have the time to go to that channel. But that is a very disturbing thing. Now we talk about e-begging, and there's different levels of it. This, I think, is the worst kind of e-begging. Because for the, and I think even some of the low-level beggars would agree, you know, for someone that is not uploading anything to their YouTube channel, absolutely nothing, to still have a join button, to still have a Patreon up, we talk about Alpha Omega Sin as being an offender of this. Literally, and I think differently, maybe at some point she might actually come back. Okay? And we talked to the stupidity of people actually still being a patron of Alpha Omega Sin. Well, what about her? You said that she's getting money from 48 people, totaling $226 a month. 48 people. Okay? You wonder what kind of people would donate to her. I'm wagering a guess here that she's possibly not a unattractive female. I can guarantee you if she's an attractive female, these are simps, and we know the story with simps. They will give money to women online if they are just attractive. Okay, cases, people have told me that there's live streaming females that literally just fall asleep, and people give these girls money just to watch them sleep. So, yeah, that is pretty sad to hear there, Winged Avenger, but it don't surprise me. It don't surprise me. The silver medal comes to us from Destroyer of Heroes. I'll never understand these lonely weirdo YouTube sheep who stuff their monies into the G-strings of their favorite beta male self-appointed video games experts. Seriously, these guys criticize thumbnails. Thumbnails! Laugh out loud. Your channel is garbage. You fail as a YouTuber and you can't have good content if you don't make the same type of thumbnails as the cookie cutter channels do. It's mind-blowing how they will excuse the lazy, half-hearted videos that their favorite YouTubers put out where they spend more time begging you to like, subscribe, consider joining their Patreon, etc., but highly praise them for their thumbnails that are just giant yellow red text and their blow-up doll hungry mouth poses. These YouTubers don't even actually have any Photoshop skills, nor are they professionals on any level. Jesus, man, John Hancock still posts thumbnails that are just old pics of him with a giant fake smile pointing his finger at whatever product he photoshops in that he's discussing, and Hancock has been one of the main guys saying how he needs donations to improve the channel while bragging about how many hours he puts into his content. These guys are just mad at being exposed. They thought they could BS everyone with this nonsense while raking in the free dough. If you don't have some fake on-air persona, and if you don't have anime characters of yourself as avatars, or some over-the-top game show intro for your videos, these basement-dwelling Patreon supporters are going to say that you aren't even a real YouTuber. How many times do we hear people continually say, "You don't even show your face in your videos," as their counterpoint? We've heard this at least 1,000 times. Even longtime YouTube veterans like Silent Rob and 8-Bit Eric use this logic as their only defense. You have to be some fake character in order for your words to have any weight on this platform. I wonder if any of them have ever listened to talk radio. Hours and hours of intelligent people discussing intricate things, and nobody in the audience even has to say, "Well, I think this person is wrong simply because I can only hear their voice and not see their face," and consider that to be some type of a mic drop. I won't buy something from eBay because I can't see the seller's face as I buy the item. I mean, I take donations. I have links to donations on all my videos, and my mods all ask people to donate in my live streams. But I am 100% not an e-beggar because I don't openly straight up ask for donations all the time. How many times have we heard this one too? My point is, we are approaching the holiday season and the new year. 2021 is upon us. What I propose all these e-beggars consider for a New Year's resolution is this: come up with a better counter argument. Really think on it. You need much better excuses and better damage control than what you've been attempting in the past. Or, here's an even better idea. How about if you just actually admit that you are an e-beggar? I mean, people would probably respect you a bit more because at least then you'd be being honest. I think there's an old saying that goes, the first step is admitting that you have a problem. Side note, the YouTubers that are reducing their Patreon tiers and putting caps on their donations are not just being good humans, nor do they feel they've been being too greedy. It's a great little PR stunt at best. Basically, they've learned that people won't keep paying $25 or $100 a month for a long time, but if it's only $1, $2, $5, or even $10, they are more likely to just say, oh well, that's just a small amount, not a big deal, and just keep on giving it. People just haven't been going for the big donation tiers. It's more worthwhile for the e-beggars to secure a steady stream of cash each month because, besides, they can even more easily get the big dollar one-time donations as well each time they do a live stream. The logistics is more than anything. They just want to make sure that they get the most cash. Well, to the last thing, Destroyer of Heroes. This is one point I disagree with a little bit. Not that, I think you're right when you say that a lot of these people are reducing their tiers because they realize they're not getting those higher donations. But it is a positive thing to see someone that maybe has a $100 tier reduce it in any way, shape, or form. So let's not lose sight that, let's say if Yang Ye, for instance, reduced his $200 tier and he maxed out at 50, then that would be a good thing. But I get what you're saying there is they really see the landscape and they say, well, we're not getting these higher donations, so we'll just lower it a little bit, right? Or we'll make it a little more humble. We'll say, you know what? Just a cup of coffee. Come on. I need a cup of coffee, right? But if you have a lot of people giving you a cup of coffees a month, then it adds up. But I think reasonably, like I said, it is a great thing to see anyone reducing any of the tiers or cutting back on what they actually expect from people. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about in this very long comment here, Destroyer of Heroes. But I'll focus on what I've heard a lot from people, which is really a poor counter argument to e-begging, which is essentially it's common sense. In the beginning, when I first started to really kind of, criticize a lot of the gaming channels. And it just happened to be gaming channels. People say, like, why is it just gaming channels that you're focusing on? Well, if it was sports, or let's say a lot of people were coming by sports or wrestling, or, there's a lot of channels out there ebagging. It just happened to fall into gaming. I mean, it's not my fault. It just happened to fall into gaming, right? There's certain people I talked about, like Metal Jesus and the Basement League thing, and a lot of people came by and they said, hey, you need to focus on other ebaggers in the gaming community. So I did. So I developed a big audience for people that wanted me to focus on people in the gaming community. I still, from time to time, will talk about other ebaggers, like a Kevin Samuels, or those two wrestling podcast guys. I forget their names, but from time to time, I will still venture off. But just to answer people on that, it's like there's a lot of audience that wants me to talk about certain individuals, or certain genres or certain things. So one thing we have to balance as YouTubers is to actually keep our audience happy while also doing what we want to do. And again, there's just so many things I could discuss here. But you say cookie cutter and the thumbnails, and how people will maybe judge a channel just by things like thumbnails. And I think that's incredibly silly, to look at a channel and say, you know what, I think you have a great channel because your thumbnails. Even on this channel, people come by and they say, you know what, I love that thumbnail. It's an amazing thumbnail. Okay, well, if the context of the upload is the same, if I just have a blank screen versus having an intricate thumbnail, I just don't really understand all the focus on the fucking thumbnails. Why is there so much of a focus on the fucking thumbnails, If you're getting the same uploads, if you're getting the same context, quality commentary, on here or other channels, I think it's a waste of time to put a lot of time into your thumbnails when you could be focusing on uploading more quality commentary or whatever you upload. Okay, well, thank you there, Destroy of Heroes. Man, the gold medal. This is the first gold for this person, and it's a very long comment. And the struggle here is the emojis, and this was really close to this person. The silver almost got the gold. Okay, I don't know if this person stops by the channel anymore or not, but there was a time where this person was coming by the channel a whole lot, leaving lots of comments. In the future, I'm going to tell you, you might be disqualified from comment of the week and getting medals if you do not. This seems like a run-on. You have periods, but it's not structured well, even though it has great context. You really barely got this gold, is what I'm saying. So, go ahead and work on and try to look at other comments and how they have like little paragraphs and the structure. The structure's off, but because of the context and the quality, that's why you got the gold. Patrice Bryant. Before I even read what others commented Radical Rick, which I often do, I have a few thoughts on this matter. From someone like myself, who now and then gambles, penny slots, laugh out loud, I'd say to folks, don't do it out of boredom or frustration. It's a sucky habit my family got me into that can be fun, but dear God, no mas. I ain't that dang bored, brothers and sisters, haha. Just as in ebagging, we tend to give money even when we don't have it to waste, thinking, it's not that much. And that game was so fun or not. Afterwards, I bet many people don't have a clue as to why they even gave the money at all. Like, was it that good? I get aggressive, and I start yelling at the slot machines. Or I want to kiss it when I win, laugh out loud. It's all about emotions of anger and joy, anguish and excitement, all mixed together for many I feel. It's an addictive habit to throw money away, then, justice when you do? I don't get that one line. Believe me, I watched a few of my family members give it away to casinos or whatever, and then absolutely did not have it to waste. They all were hoping to hit the big one. Yeah, right. Sure. Then I watched my sister go get more money from the ATM, and she swears she's winning. I say all that because the feeling I get is the same when people donate on the internet, to even the spiritual channels they watch, to even the more worthwhile channels they watch. I get all happy about the content, yet I have no idea why they're donating and not even listening because their donation makes them feel good and they want to give. Humbleness is the key to me, and honestly, no way I'm interested in helping someone get rich off of me when I have worked so hard to earn it. It's familiar to the fact that we spend money all day long on whatever we want. Food, clothes, etc. So who cares if we give it to random YouTubers? Yet it all adds up. And I don't know how I would feel if I made money doing it. Honest is honest, the most difficult thing to see through once you fall into an internet, the web. And I feel we all came here on Earth to have fun and enjoy life. No judgment. Yet, like you, I really can't understand most of what I experience on a daily basis. I would not be surprised if half the guy's $5 is another guy's $20 or $100. Glad she's gaining consciousness and glad she's on the forefront of all this change. I sold $96,000 of my last creative product line that I handmade, may I add, over many years. I sold it for $3 or two for $5, and I worked my ass off to make a small profit. I chose to do what I love, not money, believe me. It is beyond rewarding to follow your dream. Often you must leave everything and everyone behind to quantum leap into yourself. I do not feel for beggars that much, yet I go out of my way to give money to homeless people, just me. I better be careful because I'm a beggar magnet. I best not get into the habit of giving too many donations to watch YouTubers. Even though I am very intuitive, my heart feels for everyone so often. Some of us came here just to bring in the light and spread happiness, but that don't mean we aren't very aware of the truth or that we won't speak our mind. I think some certainty may deserve money for their efforts on YouTube, absolutely. I just would not know where to draw the line if I watched a bunch of different topics. It would be endless money for, say, a retired person with money. Let's face it, you can only buy so many different shoes, right? This new way of living from home for many will make ebagging a shame for many, just as in gambling. I tell myself, this is dumb, Patrice. Go home, please. Fun is fun, but my bills get mad at me. And lastly, it's easy to say you feel bad after you've lost or won in many cases, because you've lost or banked it already. Guilt is self-inflicted, I think, and karma rules around here. Many lessons I have learned. She don't miss a step with me. What goes around comes around. I like tangible things, always have. That way I didn't and won't feel guilty when people buy my things. Transparency is key for success and peace of mind, no matter who or what you do. I think I will focus on being chill and relax into my eBay business. No guilt there for me. Laugh out loud. You see it, you like it, you buy it, I ship it, no returns. The end. Well, that was something there, Patrice Bryant. You touched upon a lot of things there. One thing I talked about, one of my earliest videos on the channel was gambling. I talked about how I gambled once. I got a $2 scratch off and I lost. And I thought to myself, well, this is stupid. People do this a lot. There's people even in my family that have lost quite a bit of money from gambling, and they have issues. And one of the things that I don't think helps is whenever they announce someone hit the big jackpot on the news. You know, what happens is they announce a big jackpot on the news, and then everybody thinks that they're gonna win, YouTube kind of works that way to a lot of people. You know, they see someone really get big on the platform and they say, you know what, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna get that. It's a little different, but the odds of you being a super successful YouTube channel, entering a crowded market, is pretty rare unless, you know, you have maybe ins to get in, you know. So I can point to probably a lot of big channels that actually, you know, got their recommendations from other channels, or they had like an angle, or they had something go viral. That's not common. But when we talk about gambling, you know, we could focus on a lot of the channels right now that are putting a ton of their money into their dream, and their dream is YouTube, and they're gambling their own money away. Well, what about all the people, all the YouTubers that are, they have the angle, well, help me and the channel grow, help me grow, help me grow. Well, how about we say, fuck you and your channel, why should we help you grow? Why shouldn't we work on our channels, and why shouldn't we grow? You know, so I never really understand that. And people take sympathy. People actually take sympathy on people's YouTube channel. It's their dream. Well, if it's your dream, then you get the money. You go get a loan. You pursue your dream.